So there I was, sitting, looking at my own videos and realizing, I've asked about who makes roller coasters, sure, but I only focused on the major manufacturers in those videos. What about the people? Surely there are some notable individuals who contributed to this industry, right? I mean, how did we get to today where roller coasters are what they are? I'm on a mission to figure this one out, so let's start at the beginning. Our journey begins at the inception of the roller coaster itself. These Russian mountains, as they were initially called, were found in the frequently icy city of St. Petersburg. Picture this, wooden slides covered in ice creating a thrilling ride, but wait, there's a twist. Come summer, they transform into trolleys on rails, hurtling down hills. It's like a 17th century dual-season roller coaster. From here, we had many variations of these slides with wheeled trolleys. Okay, so then that's it, right? Not so fast. Enter the Switchback Railway, spawned from, of all things, mining. In 1827, a Pennsylvania mining company turned their gravity road into the first scenic railway. By the 1850s, they were selling rides to eager visitors. It's like roller coasters had a mining phase before they hit the entertainment scene. It seems to me that, unlike in some industries, the advancement of roller coaster technology has been an iterative type of growth. It's like they kept tweaking and refining the thrill. So now I'm left with the question, what kind of person did it take to make the first true roller coaster? Well, this is where the story leads us to our first individual, LaMarcus Adna Thompson. It turns out that this Ohio-born carpenter is the one known as the father of the American roller coaster. Being one of the first individuals to acquire patents for the Switchback Railway, it's no wonder why he was considered so notable. He managed to acquire almost 30 patents related to roller coaster technologies. In short order, Thompson's scenic railway grew to be an extremely popular form of entertainment for people in the first and second decades of the 1900s. 6 of his major scenic railways all operated at the Coney Island itself. If these were so popular, why aren't they around anymore? I'd say John A. Miller would have to be one reason. He actually started out as an apprentice for Thompson at the age of 19. Miller wasn't content to just follow in LaMarcus' footsteps. He went on a patent spree, racking up over 100 to his name. Now, what sets him apart? He's the brain behind not just the anti-rollback device, but also those under-friction wheels. We're talking about some serious innovation here. His design sure began to look a lot more sleek and cutting edge. The coasters built by Miller utilized camelback hills and provided never-before-seen forces like airtime. A small number of his rides still operate to this day, with some of the most notable installations being found at Kennywood in Pennsylvania. Have you ever heard of the Crystal Beach Cyclone? This coaster was no joke. It pushed riders and their bodies to the limit. It was said that this ride had forces in excess of 4 Gs. What kind of madman does it take to develop something so extreme? Introducing Harry Traver. This fine gentleman had one goal in mind: push the human body to its absolute limit. His patented giant Cyclone safety coasters might sound safe, however, these machines were anything but. This 1927 coaster actually had a nurse on staff during operation due to the fact that riders were frequently being injured during its course. They may also have been there for insurance purposes, but let's not dwell on that. These were some of the first major hybrid coasters, but not in the way you'd think. While today we call coasters hybrids when the support structure is wooden and the track is steel, this one was the exact opposite. Why, you ask? Necessity. The stress the trains put on the track during operations was so intense that it needed to be steel to avoid tearing itself apart. As an added bonus, Traver is credited with designing the famous Zephyr swings. So far, we've been focusing on wooden coaster designers, and John C. Allen is no different. His claim to fame is the fact that he brought wooden coasters back into the limelight in the 60s. Amusement parks as a whole had seen quite the decline during this era, and it was up to folks like Mr. Allen to pick up the mantle and keep the magic alive. He made his mark once he became president of the now 120-year-old Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters, Inc. Under his watch, he became the brains behind iconic coasters like Blue Streak at Cedar Point, Racer at Kings Island, and the Great American Scream Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia. These coasters weren't just rides, they were a revival of the magic that kept amusement parks alive. So then, what about steel coasters? We've been focusing on wooden coasters this whole time so far, and I think it's time to take a break from them. Meet Anton Schwarzkopf, the trailblazer in the realm of steel coasters. This guy didn't just design coasters, he founded a whole company named after himself. Now, that's making a statement. What caught my eye is that Schwarzkopf is responsible for the popular Wildcat model. These traveling coasters are a lot less common currently, but fit right alongside the Pinfari Zyklon models at fairs. Let's transition a bit here. Arguably, the most iconic part about Schwarzkopf is their looping coasters. These feature the signature train design present on a large number of their installations. I feel like I'm leaving something out though. Oh, right. Anton Schwarzkopf is responsible for creating the first roller coaster with a modern vertical loop. His designs were known to be some of the smoothest out there, all without the help of computer-aided design since, it didn't even exist back then. But hold on, he wasn't a lone wolf in this roller coaster journey. Together with our next individual, they crafted some of the best coasters the world had seen up to that point. Let me introduce you to a true maestro of roller coaster design. Born in 1936, Werner Stengel got his start working alongside Anton Schwarzkopf. In fact, it was Werner who helped make the decision in designing vertical loops in a clothoid shape, so as to not make the element uncomfortable for riders. These two were the dynamic duo of roller coaster innovation. What sets Stengel apart is his keen eye for rider comfort. Surprisingly, he was the pioneer that developed the concept of heartlining, in which the main axis of rotation is centered around a fictional line located around the height of a rider's heart. By designing rides with this method, it ensures that riders experience minimal jerk while still being able to go through quick transitions. Fast forward to 2002, and Stengel celebrated his 500th roller coaster design with the grand opening of Maverick at Cedar Point. Although he is retired from the industry, he is still the go-to consultant for big names like B&M, Intamin, and Gerstlauer. It makes you wonder, what happens when he fully retires? His company may still live on, but his mastery of roller coaster design may yet be unmatched. There is yet one person who could possibly come close to the might of Werner Stengel, Ron Toomer. This American genius turned roller coaster designer is one of the reasons why the amusement industry looks the way it does today. Ron Toomer joined the team at Arrow and was a key player in designing many of Arrow's looping coasters and mine trains. Now, they say designing roller coasters isn't rocket science, but what if a rocket scientist decides to dabble in coaster magic? He was a key player in creating the corkscrew element, and with this element unveiled the first roller coaster with two inversions, Corkscrew at Knott's Berry Farm. With Toomer designing their rides, Arrow became the go-to for roller coasters. I mean, for a while there, you couldn't stroll into a major amusement park without spotting an Arrow creation. They were just that good. From setting inversion records to height records, he had a hand in pushing the amusement industry to new heights with almost every ride he put his hands on. Let's move on to someone from the UK for a bit. While he doesn't have as many coasters as other people on this list, John Wordley still stands among the giants. He's the British hero in the world of amusement technology. Now, when you've reached the level of having your name as a cheat code in Roller Coaster Tycoon, you know you're in the big leagues. John Wardley is a maestro, and his mark is stamped all over the UK's amusement landscape. He was one of the masterminds behind many of the legendary rides at Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, and Chessington World of Adventures. If it's a thrill-seeker's haven in the UK, chances are Wardley had a hand in sculpting its heart-pounding magic. His portfolio might not be as vast as others on this list, but what he lacks in quantity, he more than makes up for in quality. His most esteemed creations include rides like the Smiler and Nemesis at Alton Towers and Colossus at Thorpe Park. I don't feel like I've bragged about our American heroes enough in this video, so let's go again. If the roller coaster world had a meme man, Alan Schilke would be it. Look, I don't know what's going on inside this man's head, but he must be insane. Anyone who's ridden a coaster built by RMC will know. Schilke's design style is one that is incredibly unique and completely demented. First of all, Alan is most likely one of the reasons why the amusement industry continues to shift in the way it does. You see, many manufacturers for the longest time stuck to the basics. Stick a loop here, a corkscrew there, a zero-G roll over there. Schilke said, screw convention, and decided that the track is a paintbrush and you are the canvas. His designs stretch the ways that roller coaster track can be shaped. I mean, why should you always bank into every turn you go through at relatively high speed? Why not hang riders upside down for an extended period of time? Why not come up with crazy elements such as the step-up underflip or trick track double up? What's that? Are you tired of the traditional zero-G roll not doing anything for you? Well, why not try our new and improved zero-G stall? If that isn't to your liking, try the off-axis airtime hill. Here's a fun fact. Schilke finds inspiration for his mind-bending designs by taking friends and family out to the dunes. Turns and jumps on dune buggies? That's the recipe for coaster innovation, apparently. Now, yes, Alan Schilke has recently retired, but fear not, coaster enthusiasts, because Joe Draves at RMC has taken up the mantle. With rides like Wildcat's Revenge and Airy Force 1, it's safe to say the RMC coaster legacy is in good hands. I figure we should take this time to reflect. The history of the amusement industry is like a roller coaster. From the early days of Russian mountains to the daring innovations of today, visionaries like the ones aforementioned have left an indelible mark on the world of roller coasters. With as many twists as there are turns, things today couldn't look any more different from what they used to be. It has me curious as to how things will be changing in the future. Despite the fact that we're seeing the world's largest, tallest, fastest coaster being installed at Six Flags Qiddiya, I feel like most theme parks are going to be taking a much more grounded take on designing new experiences. We've seen this in the past couple of years with the improvement strategy that Cedar Fair has begun deploying. Many parks are focusing on bringing more immersive, family-oriented experiences to their lands. This has me hopeful that with enough time and investment, chains like Cedar Fair will be able to improve competition against the giants that are Disney and Universal parks. As we reflect on these coaster pioneers, let's not forget the unsung heroes and the dedicated teams behind each thrilling ride. The amusement industry is a canvas painted with creativity, engineering, and a touch of madness. So, whether you're a fan of the classics, a thrill seeker eager for the latest innovations, or a coaster tycoon dreaming up the next big ride, one thing is certain: the world of roller coasters is a never-ending journey of excitement and imagination. The thrill ride continues, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for this dynamic and ever-evolving industry. Strap in, hold tight, and enjoy the ride. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below and hit that bell icon. Special thanks to our Patreon supporters Nathan Martin and Future Collective. $1 a month helps me bring even more content to you guys, and I even have some exclusive content coming, so check it out. Check the description below to find links to the rest of our pages. Thanks for watching the video, and ride on, Coaster Maniacs.